feeling?
Hi. You might be wondering how I got here. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, welcome to Dragon's Dogma. I'm doing this offline. This is like the day before the Dragon's Dogma 2 release. And after I kind of rage quit this game after the dragon kill, because that's what I've heard was the end of the game, I went to the wiki for this game to learn some more things about exactly how can I skip this portion, the Everfall portion. Not because I don't think it's good. I think the idea of tying a, breakdown of some weird cyclical nature and then tying it to gameplay mechanics and also tying it to the emotions that you feel as like a human being is that's very interesting, right? I just hate that you have to farm 10 wake stones. I mean 20. It's a lot. So I found a couple things that this game doesn't really explain to you. Let me see if I can get the exact landing spot. I actually have infinite chances to make this work. I think this is the spot. So where are my pawns? Where'd they go? What'd you do with my pawns? What did you do with them? Who are you? Hello, Carrie. Carrie? Okay. Well, you're not my pawn, so I don't let you carry. Get it? I don't carry. Hey, Sam. Hey, Evelyn. You didn't see anything. So, this game has a number of things that the game doesn't explain to you. Okay? One, a bunch of mechanics. Did you know, actually, that Sorcerer is kind of busted? Oh, I need to change my class, actually. Give me a moment. Alright, Switch is good. We're back to being a Sorcerer. Now, as I mentioned before, this game has a number of things that it doesn't really explain well. One, Sorcerer is broken. Remember how I always complained about not being able to cast a buff on myself? I also missed my stop. Well, let's recycle again. Well, there's a reason for that. Apparently, this game's spellcasting system has a hidden button that you need to press to enable free aim. I don't know why it's hidden. This is the thing that still confuses me a lot about this game. I don't understand why it's hidden, necessarily. You would think a very key mechanic like that wouldn't be hidden. So that's how you grab onto the platforms. And the thing about these weird mechanics is that they're quite consequential. For instance, you would never think that staves have a charge skill. Because you hold it, and there's no indication until this point. And in fact, if you hold it, as soon as you see it light up and you try to shoot it, it doesn't actually work. This is the weirdest mechanic thus far in the game. You need to wait until it lights up and until specifically you see this animation. That. And then you let go, and that thing's homing, alright? So if you want to buff yourself, you go like this, you press shift to enable free targeting, and then you target yourself. Then what happens when you do that, plus this? Well, guess what? Now you have a homing laser beam, basically, that goes through targets. It's pretty nuts, okay? High necromancy, the scaling is actually very important. And also, the way to skip the 20 Wakestone collection is you go and you kill the Ur Dragon, which is on this platform, I think. It was somewhere on the 8 p.m. radius. We have to find it. It's going to take a while to find it. Now, the thing about the Ur Dragon is that this is the actual way to skip it, but there's two versions of the Ur Dragon. One, where you get to fight it in single player. This is it. Perfect. The other, where you fight it in multiplayer, online. Now, apparently the online version is impossible to play because it takes 2 or 3 days for it to finish. Because the online version, all of us in this game, every single person in the game fights the same dragon. And so it all shares the same health bar. The problem with that is that if you're trying to just see the game and beat the game story in like a very speedrun-esque way, it's impossible.
I will protect you, Arisen.
What the fuck?
So that's the
Whoa. Why the dudes? There's another thing that's interesting as well about sorcerers. Any mage characters, if they start casting spells together, what ends up Can somebody kill this guy? Can somebody kill Ridden, please? What happens is that when one sorcerer starts casting a spell, if another sorcerer joins in on that cast, they'll join in at where the first sorcerer started that cast. So everyone shares the same cast time as sorcerers. This means that in the worst case, you will never run out of your cast, say of a high maelstrom, as long as you have multiple high-level sorcerers casting the exact same thing. This is not explained anywhere in the game. It's something that you need to just figure out by happenstance, and you have to happen to want to use multiple sorcerers, which is not really what the game is trying to get you to do. The game is trying to get you to have a fairly balanced team, so it's a very rare thing to stack people, right? At least unless you're a fighter. There's a lot of weird different things that the game doesn't really explain, as well as the fact that some potions stack up to 4 times. Did you know that the brew that increases your magic damage, as well as any other brew that increases any of your stats, can stack up to 4 times? And did you know that defense is a flat scaling stat? So if you just don't have enough magic power to break through the enemy, you just lose automatically because you will never do damage to them more than 1. Yep, there's no percentage damage reduction. At least I don't think. It seems like it is all just some level of a number plus or minus, which is kind of nuts. The best move for the sorcerer too is actually not anything crazy. It is this move. It is using that homing beacon on the heart or something every single time. And the reason why it's so good is because it can pierce through, it can do a lot of damage. The next best move against it, oh god, is a high maelstrom. Your right click scales off of physical damage, which is a very unintuitive concept. Your left click scales off of pure magic. I'm dead. Thankfully, I'm playing on normal. Normal hard mode, because this game is, while it's great, there's a lot of minor little things that it does that feel insane, if that makes sense. Now, of course, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? It is still a very fun game to play. But you get the sense that there's some things that they wanted to have as like a, figure it out in your own way. And I always find that mechanic to be interesting, because that mechanic implies that it's fun to go through menus. So this is a weird thing. When a game has something like, okay, you don't know the effects of something unless you compare numbers, like in a stat sheet. In theory, that's a very cool way of making the game, mysterious, and it, forces you to have to learn things without necessarily, being told it, right? Like it's a way of allowing you to discover mechanics of the game. It's very similar, actually, to roguelikes. Sorry. I think roguelikes do this very, very, very well. Okay, Maelstrom maybe doesn't do any damage here. Maybe it's just Holy Beat. This is a dark type monster, apparently, so I've heard that the Holy Affinity move is like my best shot here. And that usually works out for, say, roguelikes, right? The problem is that for non-roguelikes, you end up relying on opening a menu and then reading the number and seeing what it does. Because in the heat of battle, you can't necessarily see certain stats, right? In the heat of battle, you can see how much damage you do, but why would you want to drink 4 of the same potion when you don't necessarily know if it's going to lead to anything good? There's a lot of different things like that I think is very interesting about this game's design motif, if that makes sense. It's a very interesting attempt at trying to make a very interesting exploration game where you explore the game's mechanics too, but it fails to recognize that you're playing more of a menu game than you are necessarily the game itself to learn these things. It's the one flaw, I think. And also, another flaw of this game is the weird way it handles multiplayer and the weird importance that it lends to multiplayer that it doesn't really explain to you. For instance, why do you get an entirely different boss fight in multiplayer? That's cool and all, but it also kind of reminds me of like this idea of like clarity and also like I guess like content barriers. It's very Diablo 2 like, actually. Diablo 2 has a boss that you can only see online on the realms. I think it was Ube Diablo, and you can only get the Annihilus from it, at least for a long time until the Resurrected patch. And it's usually fine, right? Usually. The problem... Oh god. Sorry, Evelyn, sorry. That was a huge dodge. Did you see how I lowered my head to pick something up and I dodged it? This game really does feel good to play. Uh-oh. Nice save, Mr. Sorcerer Mordecai, the offline pawn. And you would think, that a game now wouldn't try to do that kind of mechanic because it is very difficult to do well, but this game does. And the thing is that it changes entirely the pace that you can go at this game. You're now reliant on what is effectively an RNG timer unless you work with the community. I can't tell you how strange it is that you need to join. I should have brought Ingle. I was supposed to bring Ingle for this. I have to climb it. You have to work with the community, go in a Discord server, look at a timer on a wiki, which is not even a part of the game, mind you. You can't even look at the game. You're just looking at a timer on a wiki, right? And you have to hope that you go on the game at the right moment in order to experience all that the game has to offer, right? Wonderful. Wonderful. Right? I think. Not really. What ends up happening is that you end up playing, you know, an entirely different game that isn't actually the game. You're just playing a menu. And again, it's not the worst thing ever, right? It's not the worst thing ever. Obviously, there are things I think work very, very well with that system. And I think if it was more built into the game and thus easier to access, I think a lot of people would actually enjoy that type of game. But for me, it's like, okay, I'm not going to go on Discord just to see when I can kill some like monster. How the hell do I kill this guy? I have no Ingle. I messed up. You have Ingle? Can any of you shoot him? How long does this last? Okay, we have one shooter. Sam, love of God, keep shooting it.
Is that all you have for me? Leave it to us! 2 arms.
Listen, Mordecai, you and I, we're just here to have fun. Alright, buddy? We're just here to have fun and watch the real ranged character do stuff. Not bad. That actually hurts, says Mordecai. You just died. Oh, okay, we all just died. Oh god, oh god, it's a stun lock. Oh god. And the thing is that, you know, while it's a very unique feature, right? I do enjoy those like online cooperative events. It feels like a regression almost from the ones that are already out there. For instance, did you know that in Diablo 2, when you get really close to the Uber Diablo stuff, it announces it in the global game chat, so everybody knows like, oh shit, it's like time, right? Or everyone knows, okay, we're getting close. From a game from like, you know, the 1990 something, right? Like from a very long time ago, it had that. In this game, there's no indication at all. You just have to join the fight and look at the heart, and when it's not ready, you leave. And then you have to wait till everyone does like work. Like it's a very strange thing. You obviously could help, but it is also kind of like, why bother when it's like you could just wait for people to do it for you. Obviously, this is also the like nitpicky stuff. But this is kind of like the reason why I said in the last VOD for this game, at the end, that this is the highest of highs and the lowest of the lows. It really does feel like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Such a great game. Right? Such a genuinely amazing title with a lot to love about how this game handles things. But otherwise, when you have to deal with it sort of as a full experience, you realize a lot of this like game is like built around this like game design that I think is relatively flawed in many different ways, right? Again, it's not the worst thing ever. It is actually a very great game. But boy oh boy, when you encounter the flaws with it, you really encounter the flaws. Again, imagine having to farm for, you know, 10 fights to get all of your stuff online, never knowing that this boss fight takes 2 days to like do. The game has no indication that it, you know, takes on average like 2 like days. There's no indication that this boss fight requires a cooperative experience, unless you're offline. You play a whole different game. Offline, it's much, much faster. You can do it by yourself, right? That's a very interesting take on the game, I think. It could have been done better, right? And really, this game feels like it could have been done better. Obviously, we're about a day away from Dragon's Dogma 2 release, which unfortunately there's still no preload for it, so hey, tomorrow's stream will be very late. Although, by the time this video finishes processing, you know, you won't even see this really. It's YouTube processing takes a while. But still, there's something to be said about, you know, learning from these lessons and potentially seeing like what they could possibly do to make it a lot better. I imagine, actually, that's not the easiest thing for them to make better. Because a lot of what this game likes to do, in terms of like the raw mechanics, is obscurity, right? Knowledge through obscurity, learning through, you know, experimentation, but without any real ways to learn from that experimentation in the game, except for looking at menus. What happened to the boss? What happened to the boss? I'm gonna look this up. Alright, that feels like a bug, but it's not a bug. You only have 10-15 minutes, but thankfully, again, the offline version because it doesn't take multiple days across multiple different players. You can leave and come back and just keep fighting him, and he has the same health as he did when he left. So we just go again. Although I do need a new skill, so give me 1 second. Alright, I've got me the Ingle. It must be so funny to see the jump cuts just always show me falling. It's almost like a really bad like dream when you always just like fall down and you're about to like die every single time. But it's a cool conceptual like thing, right? Like it's really cool to see the game take this concept and try to make it work, right? Again, conceptually, this is a really cool idea, right? Online boss, everyone has to fight, right? What I always find funny about game design is that, you know, even doing it ourselves for our small games, there are things that conceptually sound cool, and then there are things that, you know, in practice don't work out, right? Very rare is a thing that conceptually sounds great and in practice ends up being a very fun mechanic. Almost always, you deal with something that conceptually sounds really cool, and in practice ends up being annoying or ends up being ineffective without serious support around it as like a framework thing. There's a lot of different things that sort of fall into that bucket. An online boss fight that's spread across every single player in the game is one of those, right? It's really hard to do well if there's no like support in terms of the game's like UI, framework, stuff like that, right? Again, it's not bad. It just could be a lot better. It's kind of like what I feel like about this like game in general, is that the things that are great, the combat, the flow, the adventure, the exploration, the general like, you know, finding things, like just the world as a whole, fantastic, amazing stuff, right? The things that I find poor, the, you know, like strange boss fight designs, the requirement to always be wary of a debuff that just knocks you out and stuns you for like, you know, like 2 or 3 minutes, like a silence if you're a mage or a petrification for anybody else, is infuriating more than it is fun. Again, conceptually cool because it forces you to switch your team up, but also very annoying because it's like, oh no, what do I do for the next like 2 or 3 minutes? But like watch, you know, like you sit on the cuck chair and you wait. Again, really cool idea to bring back a whole different dragon. The Dragon, different from the final dragon, which I believe the bald guy said Gregory, right? The little dude who was Elysian. That whole destroyed plotline, you know, very undead. Mordecai, you silly goose, you silly goose. Whatever, drop him. Drop him! It's bad.
Aim for the head as it readies its breath.
Wait, it's readying its breath? Oh no! Everybody back away! Mordecai, please. For the love of God. Holy magic! Holy Nova! We need some Holy Nova here! Alright, everybody use your Holy Nova, go! By the way, I was correct in thinking that this game was actually a game that wasn't finished. So this game actually wasn't fully finished. In fact, this game kind of ran out of time, development time. It was confirmed by the director of the game, actually, which actually makes a lot of sense. When you think about what the game is, you realize just how much like room is still left for this game to like grow. And you realize, oh wait, yeah, like there just wasn't enough time to make this vision come to life, right? It's unfortunate, because I think the vision is very cool. It's also just kind of like, you know, what can you do, right? Game develop. Yes, use a wake stone. Use every wake stone that I can, because this boss will drop me 20 wake stones. So it doesn't really matter. We just, oh god. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And you really see that when you play this game, right? There's a lot of really cool things that they wanted to do, but you can really tell that they weren't able to make it happen, right? Again, it's really hard to make it happen. Really hard. It's just one of those things that, you know, takes so much effort and time and like, you know, expense, right? And especially for like a game studio that is mostly, at least around this like time, was centered around Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, and like, that's it. Like, those were their largest earnings across everything, right? And that also had like a bunch of weird experiments with different like, you know, mobile games and different like survival spin-offs and stuff like that. There's a lot of weird things that they did at the time, right? you can sort of see why they weren't able to dedicate as much time as they wanted to this title. And so it's very, very good that we're even getting a sequel when you think about, okay, what happened. However, you still see some of the core issues that I think could have been solved even without all the money and all the budget, right? I think the budget would have helped a lot, but I think there were a fair number of things where it's like, okay, budget doesn't necessarily change this. It just makes it a lot easier to sort of like get a team to build more of it faster, right? But some of the core decisions, again, feel very, very odd. Very, very odd. Are you down? Oh. Alright, team. Let's mess him up. Yeah, I know it's useless. I can barely hit his card because he decided to go off of this side. Okay, can you grant everybody Sacred Radiance, please? I need everyone to have it. You. Get Radiantized. Radicalized? Don't say that. I'm trying. I am trying. Blast it. Break its heart. Ow. Wait. Stop. Hey, stop. Insolence. You call this insolence? I'll show you a word. And there's also, you know, this extends to other mechanics of the game too. For instance, did you know what Dragon Forging is? The game, when you beat the final dragon boss, just Dragon Forges items. And that might be your first time seeing it because dragons seem pretty rare in this game actually. Dragons, wyverns, and all the, you know, and their other cousin, which I don't know the name of, you know, it's a forgotten cousin. It's a forgotten cousin. Nobody really cares about that cousin, right? Everyone cares about the other, like, the larger cousin, right? Like the big boy, you know, the guy who like made us. All the other cousins are kind of like extra. Is that?
The heart arisen. Attack the heart.
What did I just see hanging from his crotch?
The heart is unprotected.
No. Forget the heart. All right, we know how this works. I need you to deal with his whatchamacallit. But we do need to kill all of these hearts. These hearts are the clear thing, the clear way to win. So it is hard. There should be all the hearts on this side. Why? Wait, is that the heart that's they're talking about? That thing? I don't know if I would call that a heart. I would maybe call that a anal distension. Anal distension is what I would probably say. You know what I mean? That is not something that you should have on you. I know it's wrought from the hearts of the arisen. I know. Trying to survive. Holy moly. Ravioli. Left foot. His back left foot is where it's at. Look at that!
That was effective.
That was effective! Grab. Okay, team, I need you guys to focus on his grundle. Focus on his grundle. Focus on his sphincter. Grab his chat. I was about to say chat, but I'm not actually on the line. We're doing this all offline because I need to save bandwidth to download Dragon's Dogma 2 if it even does happen. I've heard the preload is currently rumored to not happen or to happen, but usually preloads are like 2 or 3 days away, and we're now like 30. Like we're basically almost 24 hours there. So I don't think it's gonna happen. Ow. I don't think it's gonna happen. Ow. Can you, Mordecai? Can you? Be real with me. Oh! Mordecai, you've done nothing for me. Oh god, I hate the targeting stuff. It's weird. On mouse especially, it's weird. Apparently on controller, you have a way to flick to rotate targets that don't require you to do like this. Apparently, it's a lot easier to do on the console. Not mobile. Sorry, I don't know why I said mobile. Okay, there was one heart. Nice, another heart down. Is that a heart? That looks like a heart. Where are your hearts?
Help me!
What? You're down? What happened? We just started. The fight literally just started. I just got rid of his entire like ribcage.
I am at your side.
He was ripped.
Areas are useless.
He ripped it. And of course, it's not a bad game. I actually still think this is one of the better action RPGs. You know, what I mean? It's very, very good. But boy, oh boy, there are a lot of things that you need to learn about how the game works before you can really have fun with it. And you need to learn a lot to really have fun with the experience. Like a lot.
Bones are immune to attacks.
I see a heart. There's a heart here and also a heart there. Is this a heart that's broken? I can't tell. No, it's not. I'm trying. I'm playing with its footsies. Footsies. I'm clearing like a wart from its foot. Nice wart. Stalwart warrior. Yeah. But you only can hope that the sequel gets even better, right? I think that's the real thing that I'm very hopeful for. And it seems like it will be. It seems like the sequel will be so much better. But man, you can like it's crazy how close they were to probably one of the best designs. They were very, very close. Very, very close. They just had to get there, I think, right? They just had to finish. Why did I jump off? Oh my god, is it flying away again? Again, this will probably take us like half an hour to like do, because it's a 10-minute fight. It leaves, then it comes back when you leave the arena and you come back. And you just do it over and over again, right? Again, very weird boss design, right? Even when you play offline, it's strange, right? Why does it force you to have a timer, but the timer doesn't really matter? Even for online, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's more about how many hearts can you get as a collective, and then in the final phase, can you get down all 5 hearts? It's a DBS check. But only matters for online, but not really, because at 5 hearts, it gets fairly easy, right? You break the hearts on its body, and it does roughly a good amount of damage, right? But in an offline, like, it literally doesn't matter, because the body keeps on coming back. So you have to sort of question, like, okay, why was the boss designed like this? Right? Why was the design made to be like this? Where it feels like it's more tedium than anything, right? Obviously, it's not the worst thing ever. I think I need to fall off to, you know what I mean? To respawn it. Who really knows? It's not the worst thing ever, but you definitely get the sense that it could have been a bit better. Could have been a bit better the way that they did things. Again, conceptually, very, very cool. Especially when you think about, okay, what is this trying to like tell as a story beat, right? This idea of a cycle, this idea of like, you know, growth from the cycle, right? A very cool way of implementing it in like a gameplay sense. On top of having that be the part of the boss, like be a part of the boss's core mechanic too, right? And especially when you think about this being like a journey that we all take, right? Because how many pawns are there? And you're actually breaking down what is the concept of being online and then putting a personification to it in the form of pawns and the Arisen, and then allowing us to connect across worlds, similar to how we do it by following through the Everfall to fight a dragon boss. A really cool way of actually doing that connectivity style of things. But very tedious. Very tedious. I don't know why the Ur Dragon is not respawning. Give me a moment to check this out. What a fascinating mechanic. Again, very, very fun gameplay. To have to wait a day, rest in an inn for a day for the boss to respawn. Again, it's not the worst thing ever, but you can't really know this because the game doesn't tell you. And even if you know it, it's not like it makes the game all of a sudden more fun. This is the thing that really gets me. Is the game all of a sudden more fun for it? Not necessarily. It's just more busy work. You need to go back. You need to go rest up, wait for like a day, and then go back inside, kill the 3 pawns. You do this over and over and over again, mind you, until you actually kill the boss, which isn't hard. The boss isn't hard, right? He one-shots you every now and then, but he's gonna drop 20 wake stones, and you get a bunch of items, and you can use as many wake stones as you want to stay alive. Like, it doesn't really matter, right? It's just tedious, and this game is kind of that at times. This is the thing that really makes me sad about this game, is that the game it feels like tedium, right? And that's a sad thing to feel like for a game, especially of this like magnitude, because I feel like a game that is primarily built around this idea of tedium squanders its potential as a game, because a game is ultimately about repetition, right? A game is ultimately about playing within these mechanics over and over and over again and deriving enjoyment from it. When you have a framework that's surrounding your mechanics, a very good core, mind you, the gameplay, the story, like everything about this game at its core is fantastic, right? I even think the story, even though it ended weakly, and even though the pacing was completely off due to the, I think, short in length, it was still a really good story, right? Like good enough to where it's like, okay, you want to learn more about what it means to be in this world, what it means to be like a pawn, and why are we in this cyclical nature, right? At least I do. Maybe you don't. Maybe, but I could read, unlike you, Chad. So yeah, I think it's a waste of potential, because when you make the repetition of these actions boring or tiresome, very tedious, then I think you almost undermine what is the core of like a game. And a game is entirely about tedium. So it's like if you don't want to repeat the experience over and over and over again, I think there is a bit of a failing there where it's like, okay, like maybe it didn't have to be so tedious at these points. Maybe you could have just gone in like a one-shot boss fight. That's like a lot harder. And obviously the barrier to winning it is much higher, right? You need to be good at the game to like beat it. But a skill barrier, again, within the framework of this game would have been a much better experience, right? It just operates so differently from everything that it just kind of feels like useless. Anyways, die. I killed somebody's Nikolai. Good. You know what? Heck your Nikolai. They deserve to die. Heck 'em. You dare fight with the Ura dragon, although it probably possessed them? Well, that's a you problem.
Accept your fate.
So we wait. We buff everyone. Again, this is just a pre-buff section. My Mordecai. Honestly, Mordecai isn't very smart. He's sure he may have gone to the mage's tower, right, to the mage's school, and you know he may have had an affinity for magic. But just because you know magic doesn't mean that you know life, right? Like you gotta be street smart a little too. He's too book smart. For instance, street smart says that I should probably dodge this. But sorry, book smart says that I should dodge that. Street smart says that he missed, and I just won. Anyways, let's break his legs. Break legs, pronto! Break legs!
The heart is unprotected.
No, forget the heart. Break his legs. Come on, chat. Chat, break his legs.
Aim for the head as it readies its breath.
And I can see why chat, mentioned before. This is a one-time game, effectively. It is high highs. But boy, when you get to those low lows, boys at low, for instance, when you get stun locked with no easy way to dodge. Again, I'm permanent stun locked because I don't have a dodge roll. But like I don't have any defensive tool but like walking away, which is like every game's defensive tool, right? Also, it may seem troll just be auto-attacking like this, but there are things they need to... There's a heart on like every part of its body that I need to break open. And the game's targeting is not conducive to doing that. You don't need means of fighting it aloft. Just break his legs. Just break his legs. And it's weird how you have to fight this game system so much, I feel like. That's probably my largest complaint, is having to fight this game system so much. To the point of like absolute tedium, right? Like I don't want to have to fight this game systems constantly, right? Is that heart done? Maybe the heart's done. It's just the one on the wing now. How do I climb? Nice leg. Uncle Paul? Well, okay, you figure you're the pawn. I'm the guy who climbs the monsters, alright? I climb, you do pawn stuff. Oh god. Thank god I have mushrooms. I need a potion of Vim. A lot of potion of Vim. Okay, let's see if I can climb this properly. I don't know if I can. This is gonna be hard because I'm not really built for climbing fighting. This is strange. I actually think here maybe I should have gone Strider fully. Like a full-on, like, melee fighter or something. There's apparently an item that makes you climb faster too, like a pair of gloves. But Lord knows how you find it. Lord knows. Is it working? I don't know if it's working. I feel like visually I'm hitting the heart, but it's not really working. Also, 2 of my parties down, so I do need to save them eventually. I need to augment myself. Let me just save them for now. I know you can't take much more. I'm trying to save them. Okay, focus on getting him down. Focus on knocking him down. And then I'm gonna buff myself, and then I'm gonna go up and smash his wing. Its bones are immune to attack. Oh, shit. Okay, where is this? Okay, god awful camera. Again, another portion of the game that really sucks is the camera. I don't know why the camera is so awful. Okay, just whatever. Stop him. Good. Nice stop. Nice stoppies. Good stoppy poppies. Good stoppy poppies. Oh! Stop. Stop. Come down. You know what? Forget climbing. All I need to do is climb on your back, dude. I'm gonna backshot him. Get over. You're getting backshot. You're so getting backshot. Get over. Climb, you fool! Climb! Oh no! You don't need any means to fight it while it's aloft. It's fine. Just. Oh, spark its breath, as in use a high leaven. Oh, that's what they mean by spark. You know, I thought they meant like spark it up, like, you know what I mean, like a spark plug or spiky drugs or something like that. I don't know. Well, I need to go down and deal with them. All right, just I need something. I know it's useless strike. You son of a gun! Oh god. Is it gonna do its thing again? Is it gonna fly to that little like pasture thing again? Or do I have to wait one more day again? Oh no, it is. Wait, it's not. See, Book Smart says I should dodge this. Street Smart says he missed. Oh.
Get nowhere while it's aloft. I cannot move.
Now he's Street Smart. Book Smart says that he misses that. Street Smart says human dodge fire. No, human burn. Very smart. Very smart. Hi, Ingle. Come here, Ingle. There's a free aim with any spell in the game, which is not obvious. It is the least obvious mechanic in the entire game for the free aiming. You need to actually just view a guide on how to control the game to know about the free aim. Look at the climbing. Look how it's messing up. I'm trying to kill this hard thing. It's about to blow. 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 She's about to blow! Okay, she ain't blowing. She ain't blowing the way that I wanted to. This is not blowing. This is not blowing. There, okay, finally I have the right angle. Finally. Again, if I could move my camera, this would be dead simple, right? Were it not for the camera issue, I think this would be dead simple, but I can't see where I'm climbing. I just hate the climbing camera so much. It's very unimmersive too, because when you're climbing on something, like, you see exactly where you're climbing, right? Like, it's very easy to see where you're climbing because you're on the beast. Like, you're actually on the beast climbing it. So you would be able to see, okay, where am I going and stuff, right? So it's not an immersive feature. I think it's just a poor camera control thing that every game seems to have. A lot of games just have poor camera control, usually. It's just hard to make a good camera, right? But you would have wished that they would have done it better.
Bones are immune to attack.
Oh god, weeping face.
Stop! No! I'll aid you at once.
Will you aid her at once? I don't know. I don't know if you will, but I'm gonna ingle him while he's busy. While he's busy, I'm gonna ingle him. No, ingle.
I am poisoned.
Goodbye to your hearts. I think she used Salaman's brew or something. She used something. I gave Sam all of my potions, thinking that she would know what to do more than me, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't trust her. Oh, shoot. Ow. Again, just it's a very tanky boss. Like it is a surprisingly tanky boss. And climbing is not the easiest thing, even though it should be the most effective thing to do. I don't care who's slaying the worm. I want to slay the worm. Dude, dog. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Drop her! Drop her! Drop her now! Drop her! Drop her! Oh my god! Oh! Clear. Son of a gun. Please drop. Please don't fly away. Was that my 10 minutes? I think that was my 10 minutes. Alright, so now we go to Cassidus and we sleep. No joke, this is how you're supposed to beat the boss. You go to Cassidus and you sleep. That doesn't make any sense. You would think it'd be harder. You would think that'd be, you know, I don't know, like, or more engaging. You would think there'd be more, I guess, like, things to, like, think about in this game or more ways to do certain things. But no, you just kind of, you spam certain moves, you break its, like, stuff, and then you go to sleep. And that's all you really do. And you just go to the next morning, you sleep, and you wake up again, and you just keep on going, right? That's, I don't know why. I don't know why that's, like, the way to play this, like, game. It's very odd. Again, this whole area could be much more interesting, but I think this area was designed for as a, like a, okay, have more gameplay for players at the end who just enjoy the raw gameplay, right? It's kind of like a post-game section in like any other game. The problem is that I've heard that this section has a lot of lore tied to it too, so we'll continue when we get back down. I think I know why this chamber is called the Chamber of Lament, right? I lament trying to beat all of Dragon's Dogma within like 3 days. So it's like, again, this is like, you know, during like the days that I have off spending time with my wife. So it's like, I'm like without spending time, but I'm not done spending time with Dragon's Dogma. You know what I mean? Like, we're just not done yet. Also, this homing attack, while it is cool, like the guided laser thing, I don't really understand how you're supposed to like freely shoot it or pre-aim it. I don't know. Holy sh! I should have been using that from day one, right? That is a day one move. But again, because the way it works almost feels like a bug. Like, this doesn't, like, okay, look at it. Okay, most charge games, you know when it works. Metroid, I think, has the best way of indicating charge. First, the glow starts off small, then it starts to get larger and larger consistently, right? Here, you start to glow, and the glow stays static. Only at the very end do you realize, oh wait, it's like finished, like, fully charging. Same with the right click, although the right click, it's not that good. This is like a, oh wait. Book smart. Bucko. Where is your, there's your hearts. You have some new hearts everywhere. Yeah, scale it and strike from above. Yeah, you do that, I know you're at my side. I don't really care about that. Like, I want you to focus on my killing. Oh. It's unfortunate that, you know, the way that the game has ended up, it feels like it's like raw, whatchamacallit. Potential being lost. It just feels saddening. You know what I mean? Very saddening. And also very maddening too, because it's honestly really good. Just you gotta really deal with this problem of free aim. Again, I really wish you could just free aim your like that. I don't know why you can only free aim spells. But at least I know how to free aim spells now. That's like a very big win. Okay, here comes the Sunlock. It is actually most efficient to fight very close to the boss. Like very close. Can you guys stop talking about meals and just focus on going to the boss? Ow. A stunlock move. Not very fun to get stunlocked. It's just like, okay, you just get stunlocked and you gotta hope that you don't die. Again, you could dodge it, but it's like, why bother? when it doesn't kill you, but it stun blocks you, so to like open you for other kills. So it's like, you know, I'm the one who's like wrong. Actually, sorry. God. You can't also go like you can't go too far away from the boss. So this is the key point. Playing sorcerer, because of how the AI works, your pawns have a range limit. It's very annoying to have to deal with. You think your pawns could maybe do a bit more? You know what I mean? They don't really know much. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, I hate your wings. Dude, I hate your wings so much. Oh my god. Bring them back. But okay, that was why before, whenever I cast the spells, whenever I said, okay, why did the micro reset? It's because it was literally resetting. For a lot of the time, it was actually resetting. You have a mic on your foot? Oh shit. You need to grab his foot. Oh my god, it's wing blocked it. No, cancel the spell. Cancel, climb. Oh my god, how do I climb up there to save them? It's on the spell, really? Again, very cool conceptually, very painful to play, like actually play. It's surprisingly very boring to play this boss fight. It's not like it's like crazy hard or anything. It's just annoying more than anything. Especially when it keeps flying up and down and it does all these different moves and stuff. It's like, I don't really care about this. Get down. Thank you. Alright, boys. Smash him. There's also the fact that, like, the way it moves around means that if you don't cast perfectly on, like, time, and you don't animation, like, you know, stagger it, or, like, you, like, time it with the animation, then you're kind of doomed. It's very frustrating to fight this boss. Can you please just focus on the thing? Like, what are you doing? Evelyn, what are you doing? I also wish I could really hire like a high-level pawn, but they're very expensive, so. I also don't think that one's open yet. Maybe you have to wait till they open. I don't know. There's some that are open, but some that are going. Oh my god. This is the other thing that I hate about this game, is that the boss fights, some of them are very cool. Like, some of the boss fights are amazing, right? The Cyclops is the best one. Like, actually the best one. This one is like, you wait for an invulnerability period to, like, stop. It's very annoying. Come here. Drop him! Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god, please stop moving, please. And it's just hard. It's very hard to do stagger times and like stuff well. It's very hard to make, you know, large monster boss fights really, really well. I think every game suffers from them on some level, I think. They're so cool cinematically, but like, very, very hard to make, you know, to do what I think Shadow of the Colossus did. God. Look at the stuns, the little staggers. I did find out that if you max out the warrior class, like you actually do get counters to it in like a weird way. I don't know why it's limited to a single class. Like, if you have a counter to it, then maybe you shouldn't even have it in the game at all. It's IMO.
Strike where the beast flows.
Can you fucking... The hitbox of his non-existent elbow was so annoying there. Actually annoying. They do not hold the advantage.
I'll bring you down. Watch! It readies flame in its maw.
It's fine, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Its heart is about to die, I think. Is that heart gone? Okay, that heart's gone. You need to find some more. There's like one on its side, which I need to grab it to really do you son of a gun. There's one in the tail. Oh my god, stop moving. This game feels very, very frustrating to play when you get to this like portion, I feel like. Especially because you can't skip this. You have to do this. Right? If you skip this, you basically lose out on so much content. That's why it's so frustrating. it's not like it's super complicated either. It's just look for the weak points and like hit the weak points, right? It's an evolution of like, you know, or rather a continuance of what you've been doing the entire time. Just with more annoyance. A lot more annoyance. Like, okay, look now. Now I need to climb back on. And if he turns and I can't climb on. And it's like, if he does his move, I'm stun locked for like years. And if he does like a stagger move with his wings, then I'm just stuck. Look, okay, good move. Just stop talking. Good. It's a very, you know, cool boss fight. Again, conceptually. It's just execution. It's always kind of the play problem. Always. You stop moving, you son of a gun. So yeah, imagine you have to do this just to be able to beat the game. Like actually see the final like story cutscene. This is all you have to do. It's a very simplified all you have to do, right? You have to somehow beat everything that this boss has to offer. Climb on his body, do all this stuff, get his little wing, like, get his weak points, to contend with the very poor climbing system. It's frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. And sometimes your character just lets go with no real understanding of why they let go. It's actually one of the weirder things about this game that I really hate. Oh my god. Like there. If climbing was better, it'd be so much more fun. In Shadow of the Colossus, the reason why climbing bosses work so well is because early on, the bosses are scaled to how many fruits you've like eaten. So if you've never eaten that many fruits, you get like way like slower climbing, but the boss is also very small by comparison. Like the first ever boss you need to climb on, very, very tiny. Has it already been 10 minutes? Okay, well, now we gotta wait like a whole day. Okay, that's... So now you gotta go back to cast this sleep. You do this over and over and over again until you finally beat the boss. It's, again, it's not fun. It's just very, very tedious. I think I'm also gonna change my class here just to really hammer home just how bad this is for certain classes versus others where I think the speed changes a lot. And also what happens when the stat scaling in this game isn't very good, right? Although actually I can't change because this is my best class. So all I can do is throw my head against the wall until we finally kill it. What a disastrous boss. Here we go! Oh, wait, I got it. Clear! I actually landed it. Holy mo... Oh, I got the wrong platform. We gotta go again! Here we go! I got it. Clear! Alright, we go back in. Alright. Again, slept a day, kept the same class. This boss fight also has another aspect of RNG that I hate. Weak points are a great way of doing it, but weak points that don't correspond to health bars are strange because it's kind of like what do you do? Weak points that you can't even like reasonably access on the boss, like on the boss's back or something, are very annoying. And then weak spots, depending on the RNG, that go under like a place that is very hard to hit for certain classes. Like say, as a mage, you're kind of shit out of luck if you get like a weak spot that's like in like a random spot that doesn't really have a defined auto aim like lock on thing. And you can't go to manual aim for your auto attack, so you just have to hope that you hit it correctly with certain spells, like an angle, or you climb and you don't play like a mage at all. It can get bad. Yeah, it can get bad.
Did it! We have
Get pooped on. Dead. Dornkirk, get pooped on. Please come back down. Now again, it's not the voice thing ever, right? Conceptually very cool. But it can be annoying. Very, very annoying. Thankfully, we're almost done. I think this should only take about 20 more minutes. Of just... Again, this is if you know what to do, right? If you don't know what to do, and you're learning what to like do, right? It's fairly obvious to go for weak points. But it's a fact that there's so much of it that you need to like do. And it's like you have to constantly keep going back in and out from like an in to like do it. It's very odd. I missed that hard, actually. Good tail spot. Very good tail spot. Yes! Oh my god, finally. I actually got on the like, tail perfectly. Give me a goddamn tail. Oh god, I have no more mushrooms. Oh jeez, jeez Louise. Thankfully, I got basic shrooms.
Strike from above.
No, I'll scale it.
Strike with a beast
Mom said it's my turn to climb the dragon. Mom said it's my turn to climb the dragon. I'm climbing the dragon. Mom said it's my turn. Why the fuck does the climbing suck? What is going on with the climbing? I don't get it. What are you doing? Climb down. What are you doing? Climb down. Again, how is this ever seen as a good angle to give the player? It doesn't make any sense. Am I hitting it? I can't tell. I'm like looking the wrong way. Until the camera pans over, which is dependent on the enemy, I won't even know what I'm like aiming at. That's why it's such a weird thing to like do. Get up. That's right. Your heart will fall. Your heart will burn today, dragon. Your heart will burn today, dragon. Today is the day that you fall. Today is the day that you fall. Please. What's my team doing? Why is no one fighting? Keep on blasting it. Blast him, blast him, blast him, blast him. Everyone blast him. No, they do not. You always say you're gonna scale him, you never scale him. Shut up.
Its bones are immune to attacks. Strike with the beast blows.
Here we go, here we go. Now we climb. This is where we do a safety climb, alright? Don't go for his wing, go for his side. This side is the one that I cannot hit very easily. This thing is like very hidden. Very, very hidden. I'm doing very little damage comparatively because I don't have the holy in enchantment. The holy attunement, the holy alignment, the holy affinity, the holy word of God, but you know what I mean? At least this like works. This works. And you slowly but surely just keep smashing this one little, you know, dot. It's like a pimple, right? Although, actually, I've heard dermatologists say that you shouldn't pop pimples, right? So just don't pop your pimples, actually. Okay, where am I now? I'm underneath the wing. That's not good. I'm gonna climb on top. Why is the camera like this? Where am I? I got it. I got it. I got it. I popped it. Pop the pimple. Okay, yes, I know it's rot from the arisen. I don't care. I'm trying to climb a goddamn dragon. You know what? Okay, we don't need to climb anymore. We now have everything that we need to just aim at his stuff. Where do I aim? Wing. Winged beast. Uh-oh. Yo, that's a lot of gear. Also, these items that you get, there's no item crafting. It's all for enhancement. So you get all of this just to enhance items, really. It's very incongruous, the way that it uses terms for certain things. Like, most games tend to be like, okay, you like craft things. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Well, definitely not enough, that's for sure. Please stop. Sam, you always say that. Sam, you always say you can reach him. You've never reached him once. Haha! That didn't work. Imagine the mage going, hey, I'll stop you, dragon, and then it's just like, what did you say? Boom. No. No. What are you doing? Get down. What did I say? Get down from there. And again, the game never tells you that you can free aim spells, right? I don't think. So until you know the button, you're basically doomed because you just have to hope that you auto-lock on. And playing for auto-lock on is very odd. Huge! Whoever did. Oh my god, nice. Wait, that's actually busted. Wait, why even bother doing that? Well, I just auto-attack. Please stop saying that you'll scale it. It's not gonna work. You've never scaled it once. It's upstairs. It's like upstairs on a different. I was good while it lasted. Yo! 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 Climb. I don't care. Oh my god. Sa te da koluma. I can't see anything. Why? Again, the camera. Why is the camera so shit? Why is the camera so shit? I hate this so much. So much. Were it that the camera was so much better, I would enjoy the climbing aspect of the game so much. Again, Shadow of the Colossus, a PS2 game from like 2000 and something. Not even like 2012. This is like 2000 something. Like a long time before Dragon's Dogma. Nailed the mechanic like so much better. All they had to do was just copy it. Help! 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 Oh God! I'm on the floor.
Strike where the beast blows.
I know. Just I'm trying, but nobody is trying to stun this son of a gun besides me. Drop.
I'll scale it and strike from above.
Give me a goddamn arm. Give me a goddamn arm.
Flesh is rotten from the heart. Bones are immune to attacks.
No. Again, why am I climbing down? See? Do you see what I mean? It's the way that you climb in almost random directions that doesn't correspond to where you're looking. It's a very odd issue. It's a very, very strange issue. It feels almost like a bug, almost. Where the game doesn't really know how to handle you moving around. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get the heart. Get the heart mark. Get the heart mark. Pop the pimple. I'm off center again. Can't see where I am. Very lost. I got it. I got it. One down. I don't even know what these do, by the way. Like, killing the hearts doesn't seem to do bonus damage. It just seems like it just does some burst damage, and then that's it, really. Not really, like, you know, crazy DPS or anything. Nice, the Rusty. Let me up on that.
Strike where the beast glows.
Let me up on that.
I'll scale it and strike. The target areas are useless.
Swear to God, I can't see where I'm going.
That actually hurts.
Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? You son of a gun. You're kidding me. That the chin is protected by everything. The chin was protected. Actually protected. Alright, I have no more healing items. I mean, I could. I just buy them, but gotta bring all these people back here. How am I gonna get this? How am I gonna get his chin? I actually don't know how to get his chin. Again, you get RNG. If you get like a bad RNG roll on like where the things are, it feels kind of hard to like do anything. Like, what do you do?
Its bones are immune to attacks. It's a troubling.
What are you supposed to do, actually?
None may touch the arisen.
Oh my god, this is so boring. This is boring. Like, you just play a cutscene. Again, it's. I don't know why games at this time relied a lot on cutscenes. They really enjoyed cutscene moves from like bosses. It looks cool, but it's like you're just waiting. Like, you know what's gonna happen, just like do it. Just do it so I can finish this. You know what I mean? So I can finish this like portion of it. Come on. He's flying away again, I think. Now you've seen what it's like as a sorcerer. I'm gonna show you what it's like as a magic archer. I'm not kidding you. I've seen a video of this. Way faster. There's something about the way that you go down this thing that's always so funny to me, because like, you really trust this person to save you and everyone around you, but when they slam head first into like, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to like get to, like, I wouldn't trust this. If I was a pawn and I knew that I wanted to avenge my master, I'd be like, oh boy, let's not ask that guy. I don't know if he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem very effective. But I'm about to show you how much better it is to be a certain class as a magic archer. Once I get onto the right platform. Sorry, I have to redo the entire fall. Here we go! Alright, we go back in. Now, the reason why the archer gets a lot easier is that even though my raw damage is a lot lower, your damage doesn't matter in this fight. Your damage doesn't matter in this fight. In this fight, the only thing that matters is if you can consistently break those hearts. The more hearts that you break, the better it is for you. So, what does it matter if you can do a bunch of damage, like, when you can't even hit a single heart, right? The reason why archers are so much better is because you can free aim anything. And now that I know that shift is the ability to, like, free aim anything, instead of having to decide, like, okay, locking on the 6-fold bolt, for instance, even though I should, because it's busted, I can actually do this much easier by going like this. That didn't work. Alright, cool.
I'll protect my fellow
Even the fact that I
paws.
have like an AoE move, it's great. Why did I pick up his body? There we go. Now we wait, and now my sorcerer, right, Mordecai, has a job to do. He makes me stronger. Surprisingly, he actually makes me stronger now. Very easy. And now you just spam it.
I know you well.
You wait for the Ur Dragon to come down. Just slowly wait for the full minute as he's flying towards you. Just he'll come down eventually. He'll come down eventually. He'll come down eventually. Oh. But this is why. You get free aim, but you also get to target specific areas with your lock-on aim. This is the most important part. So now I can lock on specifically to its chin. This is very, very different from any other playstyle in the game because of the way that Magic Archer arrows lock on. It's very easy to do this. And boy, is it effective. Now this is a 2-star bow, so it's only about 900 damage, right? Compared to my 1200 damage staff. But does it really matter how much damage you would do if you can't hit anything? I'll show you. The reason why it's so important to hit things is because if you hit things, very easy to consistently deal damage to its weak points. Look at that. Look at the wing mark. I can easily hit it now. The wing mark is an easy hit now. Very, very simple. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm down. Holy moly! I almost got fully. Of course, it's still not the easiest thing ever, because this thing moves it like a crap ton. And so you still need to like keep on trying to hit it slowly but surely. You still need to slowly pelt it down, right? Like it's still not the easiest thing ever, but it's a lot easier than it was before. But my God, are the wing marks the hardest ones, and also the feet marks. Got it. Got it. Fall. Fall!
Its bones are immune to attacks. Close to darkened areas are used.
There's another very important thing as well, is that when you're this kind of class, you can just keep slamming it like this. It's much easier to just keep swinging at it. Very, very easy to. Even though this doesn't really do any damage, and it's kind of hard to figure out where you do damage. How do you do damage once all the parts are gone? Where do you do damage to it now? When it has no more hearts? I see hearts in its feet, but Lord knows I'm never going to reach his feet. That bad boy does not want me to see his feet. Boy, oh boy. Hunter, 6-fold bolt. Boom! Oh no! 6-fold bolt. 6-fold bolt. Ricochet seeker. What does this do? What does Ricochet seeker do? What? Well, that's ass. Oh, it's meant to bounce around targets, I think. That's probably why it does nothing, actually. It's kind of funny to like think about it. But yeah, no dart, it does nothing. There's no other target here. It's just me and him. Me and the Ur Dragon. The Ur Dragon. But yeah, there's no more weak points on his body, so what do I do actually?
Attack when it reels.
It's just damage. Oh no! No, don't stunlock me, please. Oh my God, this is so boring. I love being stun locked. It's so fun to watch my character do nothing for like 20 minutes. Give me a feet! Let me see those feet! Yeah! Let me see those feet. Let me see those feet. Woo! I'm never gonna beat the allegations. I'm trying to grab its foot. It doesn't want to play footsies. Weird.
The dragon's flesh is wrought from the hearts of
Weird how he doesn't want to play footsies. Strange. Imagine not wanting to play footsies with the Arisen, right? It'd be so fun. Okay, I need to find it again. Where'd it go? Can't see it. Can't see it. Lost it. Lost it. Door stuck. Door stuck. Where'd it go?
I have an ailment.
Here you are. You son of a gun. You think you can escape me? No. I've got the 6-fold bolt. The 6 paths. It's like Naruto. Motherfucker. Boom! Son of a gun.
I can reach it. Those darkened areas are useless.
Again, you really want... Oh, there's a new mark. You're doomed. You're doomed, dude. You're doomed. Again, the aiming is so much better. Being able to just constantly, like, you know, get a good clear hit is so important to your efficiency in this fight. Because so much of it is based around weak points, right? Again, it's strange how some classes just feel awful. Obviously, I've seen the videos of, like, okay, a high-level sorcerer, when you get enough magic power, you one-shot anything. But that requires you to get to the point where you one-shot anything, right? Like, you still need to get to that point. Until you get to that point, you have to, like, farm. And the way you farm is you fight this thing. It's very boring. It's a very strange way of doing this, like any boss fight. Please, just let me. Please, I'm begging you. Just stand still. Please, just stand still. Please, just stand still. Please. That's a very good question. How many Arisen? How many Arisen? That's a very good question. Probably not that many, considering this is a very surprisingly hard boss fight in the online mode. The online mode is surprisingly tough. Can you please move? Right, climb. Again, please climb. You goddamn close. We're not fully damaged? I know. I currently don't. Because my guy who buffed me didn't buff me. He buffed me. He buffed me with a level 1 buff. Really, dog?
Please, help me.
Where's that level 2 buff? Where's that level 2 buff? Trying to take aim. And again, it's just how often the boss moves. There's so much movement in this boss.
Attack when it reels.
Which could have been very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. But because of what you have to do, which is hit very small marks on his body, it's more annoying than it is fun to have it be a very hard to aim at boss. Which is you know, it's just annoying, but at least that's the one good part of the design. It is not designed, it's not designed to be easy, right? It is supposed to move around. But my god, is it annoying. We're very close though. Again, another 20 minutes and we should be able to finally finish this game in full. Because after this, there's one more boss, and then I think we just make a decision there, and then it's easy. And we already know what choice to make, I think. I think I know what choice to make. Seems very obvious.
Strike with a beast. Its bones are immune to attacks.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is the heart dead yet? No sirree, the heart is not dead yet. Again, just the fact that you have a homing arrow is enough to make this boss fight, way better. Way better. Wrong foot. Oh god, it's this one. Forget scaling it, hit the heart! Please, just let me go. Okay, why did it push me out from its body? What the? Mess it up. Oh. Oh. Mess it up. Mess it up. I am gonna take you down. Oh.
I cannot take much more.
Mordecai, no. Not Mordecai. How dare you? Fiend. Oh, that's my 10 minutes. That's... And then you just wait till the health bar goes away.
I can reach it.
I can reach it! And then you just reset. Over and over and over and over again. Boy, is this a fun boss fight.
Axis along which all
You know, were it not for the power of editing and, you know, skipping things and doing this stuff, this would have been a very boring thing to watch, right? Again, you can't, like, it's hard to express how boring it is, but in total, this has taken me like 2.5 hours, and and what you see is an hour and 15 minutes of like this. So, what you see is a very small fraction of what I've just been through throughout this entire fight. Slowly but surely whittling away. And again, I had to metagame by going onto a wiki to learn about,
protect my fellow pawns.
you know, the fact that the Ur Dragon exists. Otherwise, you fight 10 of the same bosses that you fought in the game. Not like the Ur Dragon isn't the same boss, but you fight 10 just other bosses, right, that aren't nearly as fun.
Troubling foe.
And you just hope that you can do the boss fights 10 times without dying. And that you have this, and that you have the right build every single time. It's just very very boring. I've heard that the way that you speedrun this is you play the Dark Arisen DLC. So you have to get the DLC, play that endgame, which is, you know, not the usual flow, because Dark Arisen increases your relative power to the rest of the game, because Dark Arisen is like post-game content, right? Double post-game content. And then you come back and then you do this later. But it's like, why? Why should I? Human. Why should I, human? Why should I? Where? What happened? What happened? He's like stuck in the ground. Oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi.
Just wait. You'll see a weakness.
Why? I see one. Its weakness was that it was supposed to fall to the ground. But he ain't falling to the ground. Now you might be wondering why my shooting his leg. It's because when he does lift up, there's a very small opportunity, very small window of opportunity, where the arrow can actually hit the underside of his foot. Though it is hard to get there. But when it does work, it should speed up the heart dying very, very quickly. I got it. Did you see that? I'm a dragon slayer. You stop shooting towards me, dude? Come on. I'm not your boy. You're not that guy. I'm not your boy, and you're not that guy. Leave me alone. Oh no! Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Stop! All three of my pawns died again, because of the thing. Alright, okay, just run. Aid. Okay, churn. Use two moves. Just stop moving, please. Stop. Just die and let me play your sequel. Please just die and let me play. I'm stun locked. I'm fucking stun locked again. Whoever made this boss fight, I genuinely don't understand why you made this boss fight. I have no heliums. Fuck! Alright, interventive. Interventive is just a healing item with extra steps, right? It literally does extra. I'm climbing you. Stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. I have more mushrooms than I do health potions. Climbing it is the only way to like really do this. This is the only way to do this boss fight, is to climb. It's not the only way, but my god is it easier. Why is it so frustrating? I can't see where I'm climbing because the camera. It's so dog water. You fool. Fool. You've exposed yourself to pain. No, I'm doing that. Res them. Just tank that, tank that, tank that. Huge. Huge tanking, huge. Good tank. What? He can shake you off? Like, of course he can, but like... Why? I don't care if he breathes fire. I actually don't care. I'm really just here to hit this side thing. Break his little side bone thing. Shit, there goes all my interventors. And again, all of my units die. Oh my god. It's just like I spend more time resurrecting and climbing than I do fighting. That's the thing, actually. I think that's why I hate the mechanics of this game. You spend more time not fighting and more time just climbing, which isn't really fighting. Like, you're just trying to get like a good vantage point, which is more frustrating than actually, like, you know, playing the game. What do I do? I have no heliums. Do you have a give this to give heliums? Nobody has heliums. Okay, well, if I die, that's fine. I have a ton of weapon force.
Attack when it reels.
Is it gonna die? I think it's about to die. Oh shit. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I have wake stones. I have wake stones. It's fine. Yes. What up, motherfucker? Oh my god. This thing doesn't heal me. Does this thing heal me? This thing don't heal me. Do you heal me? Does anything heal me? How many wake stones do I have? I have 3. It doesn't really matter because it drops 20 of them, which is exactly how much you need for the quest. It's just frustrating in the moment because you just have to slowly farm up. Okay, now this is frustrating. Yes, I'm just gonna leave and come back later.
I cannot take much more.
I know you can't take much more. I also can't take much more. I'm also frustrated. I'm also frustrated, alright? Mordecai. Holy shit. Hyper beam! I'm gonna go buy some potions.
The axis along
I do believe this is the place. Come now, Sam. Let us venture forth. Boy, oh boy, is it fun to have to cancel a fight, go to castle, sleep to get the reset, then go back to the shop, buy some potions, and come all the way back here to do this fight again. Boy, oh boy, is this a fun mechanic. As good as the combat is, it can't carry the monotony that is a roguelite dungeon that has no other roguelite elements to it, right? The reason why roguelites and roguelikes work is because you learn, but there's also just more content constantly. There's always like a deluge of like sorry, wait, is a deluge a lot, and then a drought is like little, right? There's always like a lot of content that, like, you know, drops on you in like a roguelite, right? Or like a roguelike. There's always something new to learn and to do. And this, I'm not learning anything new. I'm just doing this over and over again. I'm done learning. Right? I'm done learning.
I knew you would.
Now all I can do is just wait for this boss fight till I finish. And there's just nothing. There's nothing fun about it. And again, this is not a hard mode, so this isn't even with its, you know, very, very inflated health bar. This is with its very, very light health bar. This is its normal health bar. This is your normal average dragon. Imagine, okay? You may not like it, but this is peak dragon design. Peak. Okay, never mind. Your average dragon would not be able to one-shot me. No way, Jose. No way would your average dragon be able to one-shot me. What in the world?
I will protect
you. You will protect me, you say. You can't even do anything. You literally can't protect me. Hey, hey, fucker! Look the other way. Fucker. You fucker. Again, because it churns constantly, you can't hit its side. So you have to like wait to slowly hit its side. It's so annoying. Like, why does it defend so well? Thank you. Thank you for getting stuck in a... Imagine spellcasting. Alright? I learned spellcasting stuff. I guess he still didn't learn, eh? Get shit on. Ow, 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 ow. What's that? Was it? I can't do anything.
Strike where
His
the
body's
beast
stuck in it.
blows.
That's not fair. Now the problem is trying to hit that one.
It's useless. Strike at its bones. Its bones are immune to attack.
Again, imagine as a non-magic archer with a non-lock and arrow. How the hell do you land this thing? This is not like an FPS. You know what I mean? It's very different. Because if you're even barely on the hitbox of the wing, the entire wing blocks it. It's actually insane how like hard it is to like land this thing. You say it's hard as unprotected as if it has a real heart. No, it's a wing, my guy. Holy shit. Oh god. Many, I'm sure. Many who did not want to be, mind you. Many who did not want to be. It's weird how the only time it's very weak too is when it's doing its stupid spellcasting thing. Oh god. The problem is that the spellcasting staggers you. Constantly, like, it constantly staggers you. So it's actually also like a mini stun. It's very frustrating. Crazy. That's right, do your stupid stuff. Alright, do it. Do your silly little cast as I break your heart apart.
It's useless to strike at its bones. Strike with a beast blows. Scale it and strike from above.
Stop trying to scale it! What's that? Why is there a meteor? I've never seen a meteor. I've never seen a meteor move. What is that?
Help me!
Oh my god. It's in the spellcasting loop. I think this is when it gets into like the final phase. When it's like now it pulls out every magic trick in the book. Again, by the way, this is it's also a speed diff. If you can't run fast enough, you just get stun off. It's a very weird boss fight. I don't know what. All of its mechanics don't feel hard because you have very little tools to actually block anything, right? Like, look. Oh my god. It's so boring. Please let me go. Listen, I will never play this boss fight ever again, right? I'm very glad that Dragon's Dogma 2, like we are on the eve of its final release, right? It means that we can have fun from this point on. Like a lot of fun. Like actual fun. Because look at that. The stagger is insane. Was I in the range of the skill? No, but it still stuns me. Why? Because it's free. For him. It's actually free, like free for him. Doesn't make any sense. Go down with your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One more on his throat. Now I need to catch its like throat.
Help me!
With a backward stove or something.
Strike with a beast blows!
Climb!
Become a meal for this beast. Blows to darkened areas are useless. Its bones are immune to attacks.
Okay, now you need to somehow be able to tell your character to climb down, which is actually the hardest part. The second hardest part in this game is like how do you tell your character to climb down? No, like no joke. So that I can slash at its like heart area.
I'll scale it and strike from above.
No, just let me do that. I'm doing it now. Leave me to do it. You idiots, don't group up. You fucking idiots! You made him cast it. You made him cast it over here. You fucking idiots! Oh my god, another sunlock, another cutscene. All right, another 15 seconds wasted. Again, there's no point in showing me a cool animation. I know what's gonna happen. Nothing changes. If I have to sit there, nothing changes. It's so boring. Oh my god. Oh my god, I need to get to her ASAP. Watch me get staggered by some stupid shockwave that doesn't even hit me. It didn't even hit me. But I get staggered. Nonetheless, I get staggered. Like why?
Strike with a beast blows!
Strike with a beast blows! I mean glows! I guess it's the same thing. If it's on his neck, it's also where the beast blows, right? There's really no difference.
useless to strike at its foes.
How are you supposed to climb its neck? Like, okay, this is the one weak point that I don't understand how you're supposed to do. Its front claws always drop. It always spins around. Never gives you like an angle onto its body.
Consciousness fades.
I don't give a fuck about your consciousness. I give a fuck about my mentality. My mental is breaking, Mordecai. Suck it. My consciousness is fading. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna kill this goddamn boss. Let me get on you. Come on. Don't fight. Why?
I will protect you, Arisen.
My god, the climbing is so dog water in this game. It is by far the worst mechanic in this game. Were it that the mechanic was fun, like Shadow of the Colossus, this would be a 10 out of 10. Jesus Louises. I don't even think they should advertise the like climbing as like a real feature. It really doesn't feel like a real feature. It's entirely because of how unclear it is on how to like do effectively. Oh my god! This is the worst. This actually, like, no joke, might be the worst boss fight I've ever seen in the game. It should be fascinating, right? It should be an interesting boss fight. Having to deal with a boss as it fights and climbs around and like stuff, like having to fight, you know, this like giant lumbering beast should be so cool. But it lumbers too much. It's too weird and sticky annoying. And look, when you climb on, the only good way of climbing on is from the back all the way to the front to hit certain weak points. And look at how long it takes. If you don't have the climbing gloves, it takes too long. If you don't have enough stamina stuff, then you're doomed, right? Like it's simply too much. IMO. And sometimes your climbing just bugs out. Like your character just like sits there. It's like, dude, like keep on climbing. Can't move the camera. Can't get onto certain like body parts. Why? Where am I? Oh my god. What a dog water boss. What an actual dog water boss. I can't believe that people said that, you know, the post game of the game was the best part of this game. Like, I look at this and I go, okay, it could have been great. Were it not so grindy. Were it not such a slog to go through. Trying to kill this, like, very large, very sort of, like, meaty boss. With no real way of doing more damage other than hitting these weak spots that, like, show up randomly. Like, it's so tedious. And the other side of the coin is you just keep fighting different bosses over and, like, over. Like, you have to deal with tedium at this point in the game. It is, like, it is the... You know what it is? This is the very thesis of 2012 game design, where every game had a very hard boss that you had to grind on to like beat. Every single one. That's how bad it was around this like time. Man, boy oh boy, does it really, really suck. Every time I come here, one of my pawns always talks about shafts. And it's always so frustrating to hear them talk about shafts. Like, I don't want to hear about shafts anymore. I'm like done hearing about shafts. I also had to restart the game because I forgot to change some like setting on like Steam. Which is kind of annoying, but it now, you know, I've got things set mostly. Also because I figured I should lower the quality because the size of this recording is getting quite massive. Boy oh boy, is this a long fight. Again, recording time 1 hour 30. Real time like 2.5 hours. I'm not even kidding you. It's so long. But yeah, switch back to Sorcerer, because there is something good about the Sorcerer where it's like, the reason why Sorcerer's Holy Focus Ball is so strong is because it pierces. And on large enemies, it means that you hit the boss multiple times, right? You don't, if you have an easy heart, you apparently hit it, but otherwise you just focus on slamming it down. With a very easy burst of damage. Which is silly. It's silly that that's your best move in the game. Very, very odd. It does suck that Maelstrom isn't at all useful. You would think it would be, but it sucks. So doing Necromancy plus this into Holy Focus Ball should be enough to kill it, so... Let's see. Again, I just want to be done with this just to see what the story is, right? And again, imagine if you didn't know about these tricks and you played online because you're like, oh yeah, like it has online pawns. Like, why wouldn't you want to play it on the line, right? And then you just don't like know, and it's like, okay, like it's just like awful for you. Imagine never knowing. And imagine, again, because the game doesn't tell you, you have no clue, right? Like, it's literally impossible to, like, know.
Quickly, the heart is unprotected.
Like, slowly but surely, this is it. Slowly but surely, this is it. You just keep slamming it. See that? Keep slamming it. Keep slamming it with some holy bolts. Look at that damage, by the way. From the holy bolts. To the head. Look at that damage. It doesn't make any sense. But you see how this like difference in playstyle plays out, right? You're not really playing as a mage, and you're also not really playing to kill the hearts, right? You're playing basically like a shitty ranged character that happens to be able to one-shot, you know, most enemies with this one move. It's very odd. Please stop doing stuff.
Strike with a beast glows.
Yes, cast your stupid spell. Cast it. I love how they're able to like pick them up, but they won't help them. It's funny actually. Oh god. Get your heart. Boom, 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 boom. More Islamic. More Islamic. There we go. Another heart down. There's somebody who's dead. I'm gonna grab you. Just let Evelyn fall. Just let Evelyn fall so I can grab her, okay? Everyone stop picking her up, alright? If you keep picking her up, I can't save Evelyn, alright? Stop helping us. Evelyn is fine on the floor. She's fine on the floor. It's okay. And you just keep spamming this one move until it finally dies. That's it. Very fascinating how, you know, the best playstyle is to not play like the class at all and just to do whatever this is. It's a very odd problem of playstyle. And I mentioned it, you know, a lot throughout this playthrough, where the playstyle of the classes, while they're really cool in the field, against some bosses, you really see the like problem of like raw design almost. He's finally dead, so this should be good. Just die. Stop. So now he's dead, right? Then you get to choose a bunch of rewards, I think. You get to see a cutscene, very cool cutscene. Yes. Bags drop inside the corridor. You just pick them all up and you're good. And that's all the wake stones. That's all the wake stones you need. Again, imagine farming this without doing this. Like, imagine doing this without the Urge Dragon, without going offline. Imagine never knowing the trick and spending hours on the online boss fight, hours in this like dungeon, this very poor roguelike approximation, right? It kind of misses all the good parts about what a roguelike is. Again, it's not the worst thing ever. It actually is fun to an extent, and the combat is amazing. But also, you know, there's clearly a more efficient way of doing things, and when you find it, you're not really playing the combat anymore. Warriors here are probably having a terrible time, and you probably like you probably really handicap yourself trying to play as a warrior. As a mage, spellcasting doesn't make any sense when you just do Holy Focus Vault, right? As a magic archer, you fare a bit better, but you're still mostly ruined by the fact that it's very slippery. The enemy, like there's a lot of things that are just weird about it. Anyways, let's bring this back to Kinsey. I swear to fucking God. Give that shit back. Don't you fucking take my shit ever again. Don't you motherfucker. Give that to me right now. You son of a bitch. Give it to me right now. Oh my fucking God. He stole Heaven's Key. Whoever made Mordecai is a cock. Give me it now, you son of a fucker. How come he won't give me things? Why won't he give me things? Why? Why won't he give me things? What is this? What is this? Why can't I take his items? What's this? Huh? Give me that shit. I will dismiss you. I will actually dismiss you. You're getting dismissed. Fuck Mordecai. That's so frustrating. It's not even like fun to have to like do this. Like, I don't want to have to like dismiss him all of a sudden and like, you know, redo this whole section. Like, Jesus. Give me the goddamn item. It sounds so cool. Yes, leave. You too.
Is everything in order?
No. No. I don't care. Yeah. Whatever. Bye. Leave. All right, Ela, get in there.
Yes, Arisen. I am.
Good. All right, Kendall, deliver.
Yes, Arisen.
All right, good.
I am.
All items go to your storage. By the way, so as soon as you go like dismiss like pawn or they die, they just take everything back to like storage, which is nice. Because my God, is that frustrating. But now you need to go to storage. Like this is why it's stupid, right? There's no storage in that section of the town anymore in Grand Soren because the inn is gone. So the only storage that you have left is either the bit of Black Isle or Castus. You've only 2 places to go. Like, that's frustrating. It's not like a fun mechanic to have to deal with, right? Yeah, I wish they could pick things up and then they just give it to you. Or I wish there was more ways to access your like storage. There's so many little like weird like, you know what it is? It's small organizational things. You spend more time organizing and like, you know, going through these menus than you do playing the game. And look at the holy daggers. Holy daggers. My God. Unfortunately, it's shit, actually, so it didn't give me anything else good. Was there really nothing good? Wow. Huh. Rusted items are apparently things you shouldn't get rid of either. Rusted items can apparently be churned into something nice. Basically, what happens with a rusted item is that when you max it out, it'll always inflict slow, which is, again, that's a very unknown thing that the game doesn't tell you. And even if you did know, it's like you don't really know the effect of slow until you do it, and then you realize, wow, it's actually really, really good. Okay, so now we go over. There's one thing we need to do. This is all for a quest to give it to Quince, the pawn that we saw as soon as we entered. If you recall, it was the pawn in the tutorial. That pawn that first came out of the thing, besides the pawn that our character had, which I'm assuming our character was Duke Edmund when they were younger and when they were afraid. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're not the same as him. We're not that guy. Where do I deliver these? What are these? Ferry the gathered wake stones back to the pawn. Where is he? I don't actually know where Quincy is. Is it because the map doesn't know what to do with like this like new area, which further says to me that maybe this is not fully cooked? I mean, I know it's not fully cooked, right? Like the game literally tells you it's not fully cooked. I got it. I missed. She is above me. God damn it. How the hell are you supposed to reach this person? Yeah, she's way above me. It's like the first platform that you get to. I need to basically go immediately to it. This one. Yo! You wanna go, why do you need these, actually?
Yes, at last. At last you've gathered the whole of them.
You wouldn't believe what I've been through.
With them, you can summon forth a rift of considerable power.
What?
This rift, born of the Wakestone's power, will guide you forward, Arisen.
Finally.
I fear there will be no returning to this place. Are you prepared to journey on?
No, because there's a person behind you. Let me save. Because again, this game doesn't have a checkpoint system. And I don't know if it'll autosave. Are you a merchant?
Good day. Well met with a dying breath. And so this pawn chooses.
Oh my god, you're a merchant. What? I need Selamet. Very good. These things stack up to four times, as do the Periaps, which I forgot to get, actually. Oops. Golden wristbands. Now, apparently the gold items are really good too. Should you max them out, they actually become some of the best items in the game, apparently.
Yes.
But yeah, let's go.
End this, Arisen. May the world be put right by your hand.
I mean, that's not really why I'm doing this. I'm gonna be honest, the world doesn't matter to me. What matters is that we finish this before Dragon's Dogma 2, which is about now in 20 hours. It's very late. Very, very late. That's why I'm very short with this game. But even if I wasn't tired of this game, I think I still would I still would feel the annoyances of the game by this point in the game's design, right? I just think the game's design at this point falls apart. Drastically so. It's this like insistence on having like a roguelike system, which like doesn't really work. Which also again was very popular around this like time. Like a lot of the roguelite starts like pop up around now in the indie scene. The what? I'm gonna buff myself. Who is the seneschal? Where's my pawn? Who are you?
Well met, Arisen.
Well met.
I'll not waste time on rhetoric. Defeat me, and take my place as keeper of this world.
Do I have to?
You saw it awaiting you at the end of your descent.
The real world.
Aye, the same world you've traveled to arrive at this place. A world you may well now inherit. It is a simple proposition, no different than any you've faced.
Wait, is this the same voice actor as a Final Fantasy XII's Bosch?
You need
Or
only
what's
the
his
will to
like
claim
really
what
cool
is
guy?
offered you.
I think it is. The guy with the gun.
The will to survive.
What does that mean?
Yes.
So, okay,
Fight, Arisen.
I get to take over the land, but I seem to kill him.
What is it that impels you? What force spurs
I don't
you
know.
on?
I don't know,
What
but you died in 2
sustained your
shots.
wanderings and led you here?
I don't know.
What is it that makes you alive?
I don't know.
Tis volition, unbending will. You are here because you willed it, Arisen. That alone has brought you here.
That was a very anticlimactic boss fight. I like that. Genuinely, if that's how it ends, I'll be so upset.
Consider the infinite potential.
What was that? Oh my god. Is that me?
Just as you call forth pawns, so I command all life into existence.
And so he made me.
Call it divine creation if you must, but expect none of the mercy men seek in their gods. This is cold truth, the unbending reality of a world without compassion. The world and all its denizens are but empty vessels. In that regard, no different than the pawns.
He has a point.
Without volition, there is no true life.
He also has
The
a point.
world falls stagnant, dead as an ocean with no current to guide it. That volition is tempered by the struggle for survival. The decision, just like yours, to fight. Just as the pawns need a master's command, so the world thirsts for the will to live.
That's actually a very common sentiment, even in like terms of like how we view science and like how we view evolution of like people, right? Because if you think about it, right, a lot of what we do is designed around like staying alive, and a lot of it is like based around that idea of like trying to stay alive for as much as we like can.
Find the frayed circle of this world and hold it fast. Fight tooth and claw.
And without that, people sort of like theorize that there would be no way for us to survive, no amount of growth at all. It's a very fascinating take, and it's a very interesting way of taking this as well. That the creator recognizes that the person who holds the power of creation at this very moment recognizes that. And that ultimately you must recognize that too in order to be able to do what you need to do. And they're already me.
It is time to decide. Will you claim your right as Arisen? Or shrug the burden and seek peace in oblivion? Just so. One foot after the next, come what may. That is what it means to live. Turn back now, and I will grant you a merciful death. The choice is yours, Arisen. Yours alone.
That's another aspect of this game's writing that I really enjoy, right? And now tying it to some cyclical matter, right?
Step forward or retreat.
Of like, all Arisen must come to this point.
Emptiness of a false peace, a false life.
But at the same time, this idea of like responsibility and having to take hold of it, and the idea even that you even have a choice,
Why not put an end to it?
the reality that you don't have a choice, it's the illusion of choice, is also a very interesting angle to like take it to. Stop.
That's a mite harsh, aye? Ever the noble was you.
He's still alive? Oh, he's dead now. Sorry, team. Oh, Mercedes, no. Ma chérie. Oh, Duke Edmund. Oh my god, Fest.
My! 'Tis too great an honor for one of my stature.
Wait, they all died. now. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm dead now. Madeline, no! And I love how the game at this point plays the Castus song, even though the song is at 0 volume. I don't know what happened to the game's audio. The game's audio has always been like awful, but here the game's audio is like maybe 10 times as like awful as it should be. It's very bad. Because hearing Castus at this point always sort of like luring you back to peacefulness. That is a very powerful statement. I thought the game crashed there for like a second. I was like, no, but it's good. It's fine. It's okay.
You are close now. So very close to me.
Come, I shall meet you on your own terms, joined by my own companions of war.
Oh my god.
And its end arisen. See your journey through.
Wait, so they actually... Oh, right, his name was Savin. So he made it through. So unlike Edmund, he actually made it through.
Soul in its heat. The forge of mice and ever fight.
There's a fight that knows no end.
Upon itself, and all the world will repeat. And so the cycle continues forever and ever.
And so the cycle continues forever and ever. So Savin knew. Savin, being the tutorial character, knew what was going on because he actually succeeded. Even though we failed at the Chimera, but he succeeded, lore-wise. So he knew what the cycle was. So that was never Edmund.
Arisen, forgive me. All I've done is to test your will. It is the fate of all Arisen. You and I are swept up in the current, same as the rest. Each tempers the volition of the next, and the endless cycle continues. And so, until the coming of a new soul fit to craft the will to live, someone like you. Until that day, may you guide the world ever justly.
And so the cycle continues. We are fated to be arisen, to fight against the dragon and take our seats on the throne of creation. And so we stay forever, waiting till the next.
I present you with the Godsbane blade.
Didn't I have that?
Those who arise to oversee this world are undying,
Oh.
save by this brand's kiss.
Oh.
I ask that you, as the world's new seneschal, use it now to vouchsafe freedom to your weary servant.
Even we who traverse the rift do not ken what lies beyond.
New crown sovereign and keeper of eternity. Grant me now this single boon. The fire of my life is spent in guttering. Give me freedom with the kiss of the Godsbane blade. If there is aught you wish to know afore my death, you need but ask.
There are many questions. And again, it's fascinating how the cycle is set up, right? The will to live, the desire to go on. And yet the Seneschal doesn't feel that desire because they're endless. Their life will never be snuffed out, except by the hands of the next in the cycle. And so they never feel the need to live. In a way, right? If you're immortal, you never really feel the desire to live. You need to make your own desires. But when you're a keeper, when all life is but a toy to you, when you're done playing around, what more do you have? You can't even end yourself. And so all they can do is wait until a new warden comes by to sort of shepherd everything, right? It's a very fascinating angle, right? But it's crazy how it comes by the end of the game. And it's crazy how there's nothing in the game before this that kind of like questions this or like brings light to it beforehand. Like it's crazy how this is all kind of like thrown on you in the post game as part of the Everfall. It's a very interesting bit, right? It's a very interesting storyline.
My knowledge, as my all, is yours to take. What would you hear of me?
What is the Seneschal?
The Seneschal is steward to the world. The world you traveled now rests in your care. Just as the Arisen calls pawn into being and sets them to motion, the Seneschal holds dominion over all living things. There are those who would call such a being Maker or God. I cannot deny the claim any more than affirm it. In the end, they are but words.
And so do we become the next god? But still, what's the role of the dragon in all of us, right? Sure, the pathway to ascending into godhood is a very sort of like classical fantasy trope now, I think. The idea of being able to push through all boundaries and ascend your humanity to become a god has long since been done. And it's a very interesting angle still, I think, if you handle it well. And tying it to this idea of a cycle is fascinating, but still, where does the dragon come into this? Why is the dragon the herald of this? Why does it start from the dragon and the Arisen?
Call it what you will. Such is the office I have served, just as those before me and you beyond unto eternity. New crown sovereign. The fire, if there is not my
answer my
knowledge
questions and
as
maybe
my
I'll
own.
kill you.
The pawns exist astride the rift. They speak of a multitude of worlds, each infinite unto itself.
Which is cyclical, yeah.
Limitless in span and lost to time. These worlds extend in an eternal, perfect loop. Just as a ring lacks start and end, so this world has no origin, no final terminus.
Good, very good word choice.
If it does, they lie beyond our ken.
We'll never see it. Are we still just pawns in all of this? Again, it's also a fascinating angle because it ties the concept of like what is a game and what it like had these characters existing in a game to the story, and basically builds a fantasy fable around that idea of existing within this virtual world, and then further abstracting it, or at least further abstracting our relationship as the player from the character that we play, right? In a way, it's kind of like saying like, okay, well, this game character has now ascended to almost the role of a developer, but still they're confined within a box because, or is this really the end? Is it really just a single loop? And yet that's how the game sort of plays, right? Plays like, right? There's a new game plus. I know that there's a new game plus. But even if there wasn't a new game plus, you can load saves, you can unload saves, you can start a new game at any moment, you can keep on going. And the cycle of the Arisen always happens again and again and again. And so these pawns, just like our character, is stuck in this loop, this game loop. The loop of the entire game itself. It's a very fascinating sort of way of extracting it into a fantasy story. I like it.
We are prisoners of unpassing time, wandering an unending land.
Yep.
What lies beyond, we cannot know.
And, you know, that's true. If you wait enough days, if you rest enough days inside the game, so as for a year to pass, 5, 10, 50, 100, right? Nothing would change for these characters. Until you pass the phase of the game, for them, it's eternal. And it would always feel the same. It never stops. And the land can stop there too.
If my knowledge, there is life in the world and with it death. Naught lasts forever. Each rises and falls in its time. But such is a death akin to that of ponds. They appear in this world and vanish, only to appear again, like bubbles in a mountain spring.
Very good analogy. And I really enjoy that analogy, right? The Seneschal now was Savin, before the Arisen, and before just another character in this game. And to them, the only analogies that they know are of the experiences that they've lived. And what is a more human experience than bubbles in a mountain spring, right? I'm assuming he like came from a rural place that had a mountain spring. This place, the world is very rural, right? There's a lot of empty, undeveloped areas, and so for him, it's a very human analogy. Him effectively trying to explain, not in terms of this almighty creator, but just to humanize it, just to bring it down to a level that all of us understand, like it in a very sort of like primal sense.
And so it is with all that lives within this eternal world. In time, you will come to see it happen under your watch, Seneschal. Each beast, each blade of grass, each human life is born to die and be born again in endless rhythm. Naught lasts forever, yet all persists unto eternity. New crowns. If
I love how
there is
Sam
aught
keeps on
you
trying to
wish
say
know,
something, and I'm just
my
like, hey, I'm just
knowledge
asking
as my
questions
own.
like, how is the world composed? What is will?
Will is that which led you to this place, and that which turns the eternal wheel of the world.
And think about how weird the will was, right? The will was just, we were taken over by a dragon, and then I just wanted to play the game. As a player, that's your will. But to the character that we play, the will is the result of our intent, right? The characters that we play in these games never actually feel our intent. They can't possibly feel the intent, because the way that you interface with your characters in the games is very, very limited, right? With these worlds. And so it is by the result of our actions that our character is driven forward by this almost like strange compelling force to just always move towards these locations, get themselves embroiled in these plots, right? Sure, it started with the dragon, and sure it started with the heart being taken out, and sure there was always that thing of okay, find more information about the dragon. But in the end, we the player chose what to make our character do, and their will was the result of our intent.
Along the endless string of life and death, there are some born with a hunger. They yearn for some other, better place. They are the arisen, nascent fountainheads of will.
But is that true too? Were we the arisen before the dragon, or were we the arisen the moment that the dragon took us? Right? That's a very strange question to ask. But before our character even existed, before the dragon even arrived, our character, as a child, was gutting fish on Chief Adoro's lap. Very strange sentence, I know, but he literally said that. I remember when you were born in my lap. But that's what our character was doing. They had a life. A full life outside of what we see of this small fragment of it. Did they have will then? Were they a fountainhead of will, or were they just like a pawn, just like any other?
And so the dragon is sent into the world to guide the arisen, and refine them, to temper their wills into aught capable of sustaining the world.
That's a very interesting point now. So the dragon is a creation almost of the maker, of the Seneschal themselves, right? Sent in to sort of always continue the cycle in some way. But still, it begs the question, how did it know who to choose? Was it us, the player's choice? Was it by our existence joining the game as a player of this game, clicking new game, that all of a sudden chooses who is the arisen? Or, was it the arisen's fate to be ours, right? It sounds like the same question, but I think it's very important to look at it from both sides, right? Because we're the higher being above, whereas our character is our pawn, effectively.
So the cycle of our world has e'er continued. New crown.
What if I just say I have a question, nothing
as
more?
you wish, Seneschal. Yours is the will that drives the world, the axis round which it turns, and turn it shall in perpetual peace. For as long as your will stands firm, and ere the day your soul runs dry, parched in the endless act of creation, another shall arise.
By my hand, right?
The newly arisen will walk their path and come to you, as you have come to me. Until that day, I pray you'll guide the world justly. I am defeated, and in defeat my role is ended. Naught but an empty vessel remains.
And think about those words. Not but an empty vessel remains. His purpose, his role, the thing that defined him in terms of what he had to do, defined him also as a being in this world. And once he was gone, what left is there? He's undying, but he's no longer human. Sure, he may have all this power, but he also can't use it anymore, because what's the point now? Now his role is lost too. He is neither human nor a god. He's not even alive anymore. He's just a name.
vouchsafe freedom to your weary servant. Grant me the mercy of the gods' baneblade.
Rifts are but gateways linking distant places, slivers of a world far more.
Wait, can I just sit and just not ever do that for him? Like, can I
Even
just
we
sit
who
and like
traverse the rift do
ignore?
not ken what lies beyond.
Nice chair. And look, even the symbol on the chair looks like a rift, right? Fascinating. What if I just use it on myself and I'm like, okay, Godspeed. Wait, is that evil? Is that cruel? Is that cruel to like do to someone? Is that not the most evil thing you could possibly do? Is to force someone to sit once again as the seneschal for all of time. They'd be like, no, I will not give you freedom. Cruelty abound.
Rifts are but gateways.
He must be so annoyed. Wait, what? Huh. And thus the cycle begins anew. Another dragon is born. And so we become the dragon again. Until finally someone else becomes seneschal. But what happens when we do this? Imagine we did kill Savin. And there was no seneschal at all, and we killed ourselves to become the dragon still. To end our undying journey. Our undying charge. Who then would shepherd the world into a just, safe direction? No one. Well, have fun working overtime, Savin. My bad. Didn't, maybe I should have killed you first. Honestly, Savin must be so pissed. Savin's still up there. He's like, what have you done, Arisen? Why have you done this to me? Why did you become the new dragon? And so every time we kill the like dragon, we've killed like a previous Arisen then. A previous seneschal even. Again, I think the story premise is fantastic. Right? I don't know why there's no volume here. I think the game is fantastic. I think the gameplay is very, very good. It has flaws that when you get deep into what the game is trying to do, it's very prevalent what those flaws are, particularly around the like class system and like stuff. But when you just play the game all the way through, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to just play the game as is and just enjoy it for what it is, right? The exploration is like the high point of this game. Combined with all the lore that it's trying to build up, all this mystery, all this fantasy. Obviously, by the halfway point, you can see when the budget sort of started to run dry and when they had to finish because they didn't have enough time to finish everything, right? You can see when you get to that point. But before then, it's kind of a masterclass game.
Feels different.
Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, let me give you freedom.
Mourn me not, for I welcome the release. At long last, I am free of eternity, of infinity, free of the cruel, unending ring.
You know why he hated immortality, chat? He wasn't able to read books. Well, you can't do anything up here. It's just cloud. Like, look at this. It's just cloud. There's nothing to like do up here. Can't read books. You can't do anything. Live as the seneschal. Is your fate to dwell within the seneschal's chamber forever and always?
You've the means to bring about anything, even the end. You've the means to bring about anything, even the end.
Let us sit and see what the world has to offer. Oh. Look at this. Do they even know that I'm here? I guess they don't, right? I can't interact with a single person. Again, it'd be really fun to be the seneschal. Could you interact with the world still, right? To be immortal is a very fun state to be in. I think. The only reason why it sucks is because you can't do anything. There's no way for you to like do anything. All you can do is just walk around, watch. You can't read books, you can't hang out with people, you can't find love over and over and over again. It's impossible for you. All you can do is sit here and let the eels can sleep. I guess the eels can still eat you. Huh. But that's why I think it's fascinating, right? To take that. This is a very interesting take on immortality. Very, very interesting. It's one of those takes where it's like, oh, like it's you're just gonna trapped forever and ever and ever. There's nothing you can really do about it. No one cares about you, right? There's like nothing at all. Nothing at all. This is the worst kind of immortality. The one where you're ethereal, given no corporeality, no way of even, being able to enjoy the fruits of life. Sure, you may live forever with the labor of it, but at least you also get to eat the fruits for all of time. All of eternity. And look, I can't even leave. All I can go to, perhaps by design, right? My character's design, not mine, but my character's, is to go and always see the places that I enjoyed, that I've loved. I can go to Grand Soren, to Castus. I can see my partner in the game, Madeline. Was her name Madeline? Melody? Madeline. And I'll never be able to say hi to her ever again. We sleep together once, that's it. At the very end of the game, and then we just, you know what I mean? Not like sleep together as in like, sorry, sleep together. Like, we get to share love with one another. Oh, but once. And then thereafter, evermore, you wander the world as a ghost. Nothing to it. Nothing else. Madeline shop. I'm home. Is Madeline? Wait, who is that Madeline? That doesn't look like Madeline. That just looks like a. That looks like a fake. That looks like a Madeline who like wasn't. That looks like a Madeline like before she became Madeline, right? Like Madeline before she went on her like weird quest line to be a merchant, and she's like, I'm gonna reinvent myself. I'm tired of being a poor city girl living in an abandoned house doing nothing. It's time for me to live my life the way that I want to, right? Again, fantastic merging of design elements, story elements, concepts, right? Just abstract concepts and then translating them into gameplay. The most frustrating part of that, though, is that it takes you so long to get here. In probably the worst section of the game, just by way of it being a very weak roguelike section. Very, very weak roguelike game. And that's the only reason why it falls apart. Were it that section was better, I think this game could have been much more fantastic. I think it was just the pacing of that moment, and I think it was just how grindy that like gameplay was. If you got rid of that, or if they did it better, it would be so much stronger. Time to die. Yeah. Bye, Sam. Back to the world I go. Oh. Sam? Oh my god. It looks so ominous the way that she's staring at me. Oh no, Sam. You weren't supposed to be stuck in this too. Master! Sam, no! This is not your fight, Sam. What the? all the versions of themselves, falling evermore into the ocean. That's different. That we became the dragon. The dragon before is different from this.
Master!
Huh? Sam. Was my partner really Celine and not Madeline, really?
You're like me, aren't you? As my grandmother gave me life, she gave you yours. They gave us death, and with it, true life. This is the world she wanted for us.
There's only one voice line for it, I guess. Guess they never recorded the alternative. You can't tell if my character winks. And you see what's happened now is we've broken the loop. You feel an odd pride as you I can't. That ending says a lot, right? What happened to the loop? There is no dragon. And we know about the whole giving, like, imprinting the soul onto the pawn, right? We knew that from Celine and her grandma, who herself, she was unarisen too. And yet, if she did the same when she died, how come there was a dragon during her time? Because if she did it, and there was no dragon like in our time, shouldn't that have broken the chain itself? Yet for some reason, somehow, we were able to break the chain, because there was no dragon spawn there. Our pawn now gets to live out the rest of their days as us. And yet it makes you wonder, right? Think about it. Though you give them life, is it really their life? Is it them? Or is it that they take over after us? Do they continue from us? Or do they get to live their own life, right? Like, it's strange to think about. Whose life do they live now? The pawn. It doesn't really make sense. Because when you give a life to another and you say, okay, go live it, and feel Morbius. Why are you here, Morbius? What do you mean Morbius is here? What? Why is Morbius here? I played the most with Morbius for 6 hours. Are you kidding me? He's my best online pawn. So yeah, it's a fascinating problem to think about. It's a fascinating question to, like, put out there. Gandalf! Oh, I love these pawns so much. It's so good. But it's a strange ending, for sure. Because it almost implies that the chain is broken, with no dragon spawning, like it would have. And now it's like, you know, the way that the dragon was spawned is if the Arisen doesn't want to take up the, like, mantle, right? And so, in a way, every Arisen gets to find peace in some way. However, we didn't do what Savin did. We were not as strong. Savin waited for the next Arisen, right? And really what that would have been like is that we start a new game and we go up, or we play New Game Plus, or something, right? If only there was a way to continue it from that angle. If you end it beforehand, Savin sits there and you have to become the, like, dragon again, right? He doesn't let you just, like, die. No, he will transform you into a dragon. Sure, you'll have freedom, but you also need to earn your freedom in a sense too. You need to do some job for the current seneschal, right? But this, we stay a seneschal and then we, like, die. Savin didn't do that to themselves. He waited until we were there. We've left the throne empty. And I wonder how Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to do this. Again, we're on the eve of Dragon's Dogma's 2's release. We're, like, I don't know, 18 hours out, right? By the time I wake up, I had to download the game because, again, it's 8 p.m. my time, so it's gonna be like the stream's going to be late. This VOD might even be late. Uploading takes forever, and processing takes forever. But I really want to see them finish this storyline. I really want to see them continue to, like, take this all the way through, and I really want to see them expand it now that they potentially have the funds to do so. This is a Capcom of modern day that has found great success across all of their titles, and the creator of this game has proven themselves to make something good. And this game has proven itself. I can't wait to see Dragon's Dogma 2 after all of this. Sure, this game had a lot of problems, but it also had some of the highlights that we've never gotten from any other game thus far. The highest of highs and the lowest of lows. That's it. The Dragon's Dogma 1 in full. What? Cleared game data has been saved. Lowness will be... Okay, this is the New Game Plus feature. Alright, cool. We're not doing New Games Plus. That's enough Dragon's Dogma 1 for me.